If you're anything like me, the moment you begin comparing yourself to another creative, your heart shuts down. The goal for us as creatives is for our hearts to be alive and well. So I want to help you. I want to help your heart today to stop shutting down. In this video, I'm going to show you how loving your lane, loving your life, really combats comparison. I'm going to teach you how to dig into your heart and rip out the roots of comparison and instead place seeds of joy. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you some tools and prompts to help you navigate creative comparison. I'll just tell you right off the bat, comparison's main goal is to distract you from your life and your purpose and your calling. Most of all, it distracts you from becoming who you were fully meant to be. Comparison is also extremely tiring. I bet you know this as a creative. When you compare yourself to somebody else, it just feels heavy and exhausting. Comparison is gripping the heart of so many creatives. And the worst part is, most of us are aware of it. We are aware of how comparison plays a role in our life and in our creative process, but we haven't really tackled the roots of comparison. So you hear it in the back of your head when you're writing a song, or when you're standing on a stage, or when you are editing photos and video. Unfortunately, we've gotten used to the voice of comparison. For me, comparison is the thing that kills the joy and creativity. When I start comparing myself to others, I easily fall into the cycle of I'm not enough, I'm too much, you know what I mean. So here it is, the way to combat comparison: showing up to your own life, loving your lane, and truly believing that there's room for everyone to be great. So let's chat through it. Number 1, showing up to your own life. When you show up to your own life, you're actively saying no to the distraction of comparison. You realize that you have all that you need. When you show up to your own life, you begin utilizing the things that are already around you. And you actually start seeing movement in your creativity. When you tend and care to the creativity that's inside of you, when you tend to the gifts that have been given to you, you'll see that your creativity is stunning and beautiful and unique. You'll realize that nobody can actually show up as you because there's only one you. And that's the truth of it. You need to show up to your own life because there's only one of you. Number 2, loving your lane. I've heard a lot of people talking about a remedy for comparison that's kind of like stay in your own lane. And yes, I totally agree with that, but I just want to take it one step further. It's more than just staying in your own lane. It's about loving your lane. Love where you have been planted. Love where you've been placed. Don't despise small beginnings. Don't hate the process of growth. Love where you are. Don't just start where you are with what you have, but love where you are and love what you have. Take delight in your present reality and love your lane. Number 3, believe that there is room for everybody. Yes, this is the truth. There is room for every creative to be great. The moment you begin believing this is the moment you could actually authentically celebrate other creatives. You don't have to feel anxious about grabbing any opportunity you could get because you believe that there's no shortage of opportunities. The reality is comparison has its root in scarcity, but you have the opportunity to root yourself in abundance instead. By believing there's room for everybody to be great, you give yourself permission to be fully you and fully yourself. Let's recap. So, showing up to your own life, loving your lane, and believing that there's room for everybody to be great are the 3 things that will help you navigate creative comparison and ultimately root it out of your heart. Here are some helpful tools in implementing those perspectives. First off, practice gratitude. When you do fall into the distraction of comparison, you need something to help turn your head back to your present reality. I found gratitude to be that helpful tool. Gratitude focuses on what you have instead of what you don't. So because of that, it helps you utilize the things that are around you, and it helps you show up to your own life. Another tool is simply paying attention. When you practice the art of paying attention, you will begin to see the beauty of your present reality. You'll stop wishing that you're 10 steps ahead, and you'll take hold of the beauty that's around you right now. Lastly, I would say to practice generosity. Be generous with the way you compliment and celebrate other creatives. Be generous in your collaborations. Be generous with your affirmation and feedback and praise. Don't be afraid to lift others up, because that is the thing that will help you form in your mind that there is room for everybody to be great. And the truth is, you'll be celebrated to the extent that you celebrate others. So give it away freely. So altogether, practicing gratitude, the art of paying attention, and generosity will help you navigate your creative comparison. It'll help you show up to your own life, love your lane, and it will help you learn to believe that there's room for everybody to be great. Down below, I've placed a little PDF worksheet that will actually help you flesh out these ideas a little bit more. I encourage you to take 15 to 30 minutes this week to sit down and really root out the comparison that's in your heart. You don't have to fall into the trap and the distraction that comparison is. You have an opportunity to show up to your own life. Thanks for tuning in, and I am so excited to dive deeper this week to help you navigate your creative comparison.